75% of the food processors that you eat today contain GMOs. If you don't know what GMOs are organisms that have had their genetic code altered, and they're typically crops such as corn, soybeans, or rice. During the Second Green Revolution, new technology was created to improve global food security, and one of them happened to be the genetic engineering of crops. So, for an example of this tomato, okay, on the very left, it's a non-GMO tomato, and the one in the middle on the very right are GMO tomatoes. And you can see on day 10, all of them look like very healthy and like ready to eat. But by day 45, all of them, not all of them, the one that has not been genetically modified is all spoiled and rotten, while the other two that have been genetically modified are still like perfectly fine and ready to eat. So this is what GMOs can do to crops, and because this is a relatively new technology, it raises a lot of safety issues, and also it raises the question on if they're good or bad. One benefit to GMOs are that it provides food for the growing population. According to a report called The Outlook of Population, it states that population has increased 7 times since the 1800s to 2011. What this suggests is that we need more crops to compensate for our population, and research from the USDA state that 90% of domestic corn has been genetically engineered, and because corn is so essential, it can be made into like flour, starch, and oils and stuff like that. It's provided to like everywhere in the United States, and it's also imported outside the United States, which shows how GMOs are like vital and like essential to providing nutrition for the population, and also helps sustain the uncontrollable growth. GMOs are also helpful in food processes, such as the one in Asia in the 1950s, where they lacked a lot of rainfall and had a rainfall shortage. And what this led to was like droughts and drought-like conditions. And because there's drought, there's like no water, and rice cannot grow without like a lot of water. Rice is also a staple food in Asia. So, according to a study in Indonesia's Food Revolution by Gary Hansen, IR8 rice, miracle rice, was made. It was genetically modified to produce high yields and be resistant to droughts. And after this was created, it was imported to a lot of countries in Asia. It provided a lot of food for the people there. It ended the hunger there, and it also prevented a very large famine. And despite these benefits, some people also believe that GMOs are still bad for you. Are they're speculated to increase the risk of antibiotic resistance. EXB17 corn is genetically engineered to prevent attacks from insects. However, they are also known to resist ampicillin, which is an antibiotic that treats pneumonia and also digestive and excretory system infections. So what this means is if you were to have one of these infections and you were to take ampicillin and you didn't know you were like resistant to it, your body would kind of reject it. It wouldn't do anything to help. So it does more harm than good and can actually aggravate the sickness more than help. And it's overall GMOs could possibly harm global health. Another disadvantage to GMOs is that it allows insects and weeds to build immunity to pesticides and herbicides. In an academic paper by John Barrows, it states that 3 insects and 10 weed species have built immunity to certain herbicides and pesticides used on GMOs. And because of this, farmers will have to use like higher amounts of herbicides and pesticides and use like stronger ones, which leads to more chemicals going into the soil. And what this causes is like a lot of soil erosion, pollution, and also destroys the landscape. When it rains, it can also destroy the water quality of nearby bodies of water, because the rain will help the chemicals leach through the soil and into like lakes, rivers, and streams. And in the end, it has a lot of ecological defects as well as pollution that can harm the environment. Overall, GMOs has its benefits and drawbacks. It's still a new technology, so we haven't seen significant evidence of its harmful effects. But because this is something that we're putting into our body, we should be aware of like what it's doing to us and how it's like affecting our environment as well.